Member for Ryde.
Speaker, I appreciate the call and wanted to use this opportunity to speak briefly about the forthcoming budget later this month. As many members in this place know, and as I speak about often, Ryde is growing. In fact, we're one of the fastest growing communities in metropolitan Sydney, and that's not by any accident. It's the result of deliberate government policy decisions, planning approvals, rezonings, transport corridors, housing targets, and a deliberate attempt by the community in Ryde to be a modern, future-focused city. Ryde has really stepped up. We've opened the doors for new housing, we've welcomed new residents from all different corners of the globe, and we've embraced the opportunities that come with that growth. But what we have not seen is the corresponding investment in infrastructure and services to help us to keep up with that unsustainable level of growth. Growth without support is not progress, it's pressure. And Ryde right now is experiencing pressure every single day. And so today I wanted to outline some of the key objectives that we would like to see advocated for and addressed in the June budget. These aren't political demands by any stretch, they are a practical, necessary set of investments in one of Sydney's most important urban centres. And first, what I'd like to address is the matter of the T.G. Milner playing fields in Marsfield. We understand as we speak that there is a panel assessing a third development or rezoning application for these fields. These are fields that have been identified as lacking strategic merit for development in the past, and yet we know there is sustained pressure to see them turned into something that they were not designed for. This government, before the election, made a promise to the Ryde community that if elected it would save the T.G. Milner fields. And so this budget is an opportunity for them to step up and honour that commitment, something that hasn't happened to date, and I call on them to do that. Second, I want to speak about the Ryde Hospital rebuild. We know that there is an extraordinary investment going on, but this government has withdrawn the prospect of future maternity services being restored at the conclusion of that rebuild. That is hugely disappointing for residents in Ryde and something that must be addressed in a growing community. We also need to speak about emergency services and particularly the police in Eastwood. Before the election, Eastwood Police Station was number one on the list for rebuild and redevelopment. It's a very, very old station, one of the oldest in the state, and it's letting down our local police officers. This budget's an opportunity to restore that and make sure it is fit for purpose and fit for the future. I also wanted to raise a number of traffic matters, and particularly the intersection at Blaxland and Balaclava Road. Now, I know due to Commonwealth funding cuts there was pressure put on the budget to sustain a project at Balaclava and Blaxland Road, but this budget's an opportunity to put that back on track. The New South Wales government knows that this is an important project for Ryde, it's why it was planned. That the funding was withdrawn is something that needs to be addressed, and this is the opportunity to do that. And in that vein, I want to speak about the Hermitage Road and Victoria Road intersection at West Ryde and the Blaxland Road and Anzac Avenue intersection at Denniston. Both are two of the most dangerous in the community. There are accidents on an almost monthly basis, and the need for traffic lights is paramount. Sixth, I want to speak about the fast tracking of Macquarie Park's education precinct. We know that there are schools planned for this area, but these projects have been delayed. This budget could resolve those issues to make sure we finally get ahead of the growth in that extraordinarily fast-growing area. And I want to put onto the government's agenda the matter of the Meadowbank traffic bridge over the rail line. Meadowbank's one of the busiest and fastest growing areas anywhere in my community, and this bridge is utterly unfit for purpose, and it is time that the government starts to invest serious money in expanding that so that we can make it right for the future. Part of what makes getting traffic off the road work is buses and public transport. And locally in Ryde, we're seeing almost on a daily basis buses cancelled. And part of that has to do with the inability to get new EV buses into the network. There is an energy issue with the forthcoming depot, and this budget's an opportunity to try and resolve these problems before the catastrophic changes to the timetable are made even worse. I'd also like to raise the matter of the ambulance station at Macquarie Park. Promised before the election, not yet seen, an opportunity in this budget for government to put clarity to where that project is up to and get it delivered. And finally, I want to speak about parking in Macquarie Park. Macquarie Park Metro is extraordinary. People are using it every day, and the number one complaint is that there is nowhere to drop off or park. This budget is an opportunity to address that. I raise these issues because my job is to put them forward to the government. I need to make sure that those voices are heard, and I ask the government and I call on them to respond accordingly. We try to advocate well in Ryde. This is good for the state and my community. Thank the House.